Hello and welcome to the Adrienne Ross Show, to our live stream. Hello, everybody. Are you with me? All right. Calamare. Hello. Glad you're with me. Who else do we have? I see it looks like we've got about 8 people in the chat. Say hello, everybody. Okay. Maya or Mia from Miami. Okay. Thank you. Glad I'm safe. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. We do have some watches going on tonight, tornado watches. So I am with you guys, but I am paying attention as well to that. Expecting all to be well. All right. So that's Schmitz and Wellington. Tyrone is here. Basil's here. Jacob. BJ. Okay. Neoma Finn. I don't get to be a part of your live streams often, so it's nice to be here. I'm glad you are here. Okay. That fast. 98 in the chat. Welcome. Hit the like button on your way in. Much appreciated. Jacob 2. D. Willie. James. The Zeno or the Zen of broccoli. Oh my goodness. Been waiting for me to comment. I've been commenting. You ain't seen I did about 3 videos. Mr. Broccoli or Miss Broccoli, the Zen of broccoli. I'm on it. So I've been commenting. Tina, Bella, Kev, Askabum, Jules, Mitzi. Okay, good. I'm seeing some people who are not always with us in the chat, so I'm so glad that you are here. Always first, always last. Kelly Marie. Robin is here. Juan is here. Hola. Robin from Nebraska. Welcome. Okay, Mike, Wiseman. I'm glad we even got a wise man with us today because wisdom is certainly needed, for sure. Stephanie is here. Welcome, Melanie. Yes, Jules, intend to do that. For sure. Okay, Swish from Iowa. Margaret. Nelson. Okay, working in the kitchen. Hi. From South Carolina, Linda, hello to you. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate that. You're under one there too. Yes, the tornado watches. This time, this time it's overnight. So I don't like that, right? Because you don't, it's overnight. So I guess we're under watch now. Tornado watch is supposed to go till about 3 a.m. But it should weaken as it moves along. And in any case, be well, D. Be safe, of course. Aloha, Willie. All right. Okay. Diane is here. Kara is here. Excellent. And Kelly, I don't know if you saw my email, but I sent you an email this afternoon. Is it Halem vlog? Hello, Steven. And is it Kinjo? I don't want to. I'm probably butchering your names. Yes, game day tomorrow. Stephen from Long Island, which is where I'm from originally. New York City, Long Island. John, I grew up in Long Island, Hempstead. John Garner. Okay, Clay Faith. Peter's here. Robert H. Okay, Jamie Kent. Yes. Caitlin Clark has joined us. Good, Caitlin, because we'd like to hear from you. Caitlin Clark, thank you so much for that donation. There's only one opinion I care about, Adrienne Ross. Well, then you've come to the right place, Caitlin. And thank you for that. All right. Okay, Baz will be back in 5. Jamie says, I love all that you do. Thank you. I be Lisa from Virginia. Uncle Bingo, Frank S. You guys, these names you come up with, this is so cool. Frank. Hi, Tim Harp. Oh, wow. You were 8 years old. And Fever Game in 2001. Okay. An Indiana fan. None. Let your little light shine. Native Bird. In Nebraska, we've got Savage Bird. Okay. Private Nobody. All right. Lily and Daisy, the service dogs. Okay. People are continuing to come in. Oh, let me hear what Zen says. What I meant was yours was the opinion I wanted to most to hear. Sorry, I missed your others. I will catch. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I was going live when some of the stuff went down this, opening weekend. And then I did two videos that night, which would have been Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And then I did a video today. And so Kara said, yo, we need to have a live stream and talk about some stuff. And I was thinking about it. I just didn't know if it would fit my schedule. So we're making it fit a little later than you probably used to. What are we talking about tonight? We're talking about the fact that we are one weekend in and it's already wild. Hello, beautiful Afro woman. Robert is here as well. John. Okay. BSer. Oh, put that together, right? Baba Yoga, you're not too late. Baba Yaga, not too late. Lindy, hello. Thank you, Mike, for saying that. Let's put that up. Absolutely, I agree. Okay, yes, and Clay Faith, thank you. I appreciate that. I agree. Mississippi in the house. Drunk Canuck. I assume you're a Canadian. Okay. Watching Seattle and Dallas. Well, I looked at the score. I forgot they were playing. I was out and about. When I looked at it, I saw that Dallas was losing. Beautiful. X is wicked. Christy, I just finished watching your video. Your prior video. Really appreciated what you had to say. Thank you. And Kelly, you're welcome. Thank you for going live. Yeah, we need to go live. Adrienne is here as well. He says that the WNBA drama will turn people away from watching the game. So, all right, let's get into it. Uncle Bingo's watching buckets. Okay. All right. Okay. Is it Adesh? I don't want to miss anybody. You're not that late, Jamie. It was impromptu. Only gave about 5 minutes notice. So we're good. I'm just saying hello, kind of taking attendance as I did for all those years as a teacher. Jules, I know you went to college at SUNY Brockport, but did you teach in Western New York? Also, if so, which district? Because I'm so curious. I taught in Hudson, New York, which is not far from Albany, the capital. And so it's about 2 hours from New York City, about 40 minutes from Albany. It's in the Catskill area. So Hudson, New York, I taught my entire career there in Hudson, New York. So yeah, but yes, I went to Brockport for undergrad. I went to New Paltz for graduate school. Oh, Rez, truth. Best B-ball sub, women's basketball. Thanks for the painted desert. I'm not sure what that part means, but I like the first part. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Seattle 7263. Okay. So everybody, thank you. If I didn't call your name, I see Jack. I see drama everywhere. Watch entertainment to be free of drama. All right. Char, yes. If I missed you, God Design or Gold Design, Shannon's here. Rachel, let's talk. I may not have caught everybody. Rick is in the. I got to highlight Rick because Rick is here for the first time. Rick, you got to be dialed in. You got to be dialed in, right? I'm sorry that this one is your first one though, because it's got to be so serious. So Tina says, y'all, I'm just mad about all this taken away from the win, the triple-double, DB milestone. This is what it won. First of all, I want to say this. Generally speaking, I kind of save some of the vulnerability for the members of the channel. They might hear me be a little bit more vulnerable and share some things I may not always share out in our open thread this morning. I did share that my stomach was churning already. Yes, Victor, right where Mike Tyson is from. I never met him because he had moved on by the time I was in that area. But I saw where he worked out, the gym where he worked out. I did my student teaching in Catskill and I lived in Catskill. for many years. It's right across the river from Hudson, where I taught for almost 18 years. So, yep, that Catskill, indeed. So, okay. So yeah, so I kind of don't always show to everyone how much my stomach was churning, but it was really, really bothering me this morning because, as you all know, it's been months and months of waiting for this WNBA season to begin. It's been months of saying we can't wait and we're going to have a blast. It's going to be fun. It's going to be about all the stuff we've been waiting for. And then, of course, those of us who are Indiana Fever fans, and of course, if you're on here and you're not an Indiana Fever fan, that's fine. That you don't have to be an Indiana Fever fan to join us. We just want to keep it, we just want to keep it respectful, right? There's room enough for all. I mean, that's what sports are all about. Some people like this team, some people like that team. But let's be honest, here in the Adrienne Ross Show, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people most people are Indiana Fever fans. So for us as Indiana Fever fans, I feel what Retro just said. I'm emotionally exhausted because I was coming in thinking, oh my goodness, let's go. It's going to be so much fun. And I stand by that. We are going to have fun, but there is certainly going to be things with this league that have the ability to absolutely squeeze the joy out of everything. But we have to understand that's the plan. That's the purpose. And so as much as we were going, wow, look at what the Indiana Fever did in the offseason. Look at all these pieces. This is going to be so much better than last season. This is going to be great. And one game in, we find ourselves exhausted already. Okay? Jamie said, and with you, Adrienne, you focus on the culture, and the mainstream media is gonna make it exhausting. This is a continuation. Yeah. If you see me looking up here, it's because we are under tornado watch, and so I'm just keeping my eye on. We should be good, but I'm just keeping my eye on the scrolling meteorology report. We don't have the guy interrupting the television yet, so we should be good. But just so you know, that's why I'm over here following the television. John Gardner, welcome to the Adrienne Ross Show membership. We have membership live. We have members live only on Thursday evenings, so make sure your notifications on, and we do open threads mostly every day. Okay, now I'm tired already. And I think we have to understand that this league doesn't understand how to handle the moment they're in. So we watched the game. We were having a great time. The Indiana Fever bust down the Chicago Sky. Caitlin Clark went off for a triple-double. Kelsey Mitchell had 15. Aaliyah Boston had 19. I think, was it Natasha Howard who had 15 also? Lexi Hall had 9 rebounds. And the Indiana Fever won by 35. We were so excited. Wow, this was worth all the wait. And then somebody in the chat after the game ended, well, first of all, before the game ended, of course, we had the Angel Reese overreaction. And I'm going to put this whole thing together. So we had Angel Reese's overreaction on Caitlin Clark's take foul, acting like she wanted to fight, pulling out her shirt out of her shorts, have to be restrained. Leah Boston gets in the middle. Caitlin Clark, of course, walks away, as she always does, because she's just here to play basketball. Imagine that. And then when the game was over, someone in the chat said, I'm reading that there's please tell me this is not right. Please tell me this is not true, that there were monkey sounds being made at Angel Reese. So then, for those of you who don't know, who weren't with us, so then we had someone who was Caitlin. I don't know if Caitlin, not Caitlin Clark, who's in the chat. Caitlin, is it 228 or 288? You know what I'm talking about. She's a member of the channel. I get the numbers mixed up, right? Yes, Rachel Demita did say that. I happened to watch hers when I got home a little while ago, and I could hear She sounded like I felt this morning. She sounded like I felt, because remember, Rachel Demita, I'm off track now, right? Hang with me. I might be all over the place, which is what she said too. This video is probably going to be all over the place. She said not that long ago, I'm not covering the drama in this league. I'm not doing it. Caitlin 2288. Thank you, Kara. Caitlin 2288. I'll get back to her. So Rachel Demita has said recently, I'm not covering it. I'm not doing it. But then, you know what? You can't really cover the sport without covering the stuff. And so now she's like, okay, how do I do this? This is what she's saying. How do I cover the drama, not cover the drama? And then she said, I may not cover the WNBA at all because I didn't even get into this for that. So back to Caitlin 2288. I might have forgotten already what the numbers are. She was at the game. So after the game ended, I was still doing the live stream. She popped up on the live stream and she was telling us about how cool it was, how much fun she had, how before she had, and then she came on the show. I sent her the link. She came on the show and she had on a Lexi Holt jersey. So she started telling us how she got in line that day, got into the merch store, got her Lexi Holt jersey, and next to her, standing there, didn't even know it was Lexi Holt's mom. So she got the picture of Lexi Holt's mom and the whole thing. So she's telling us all that. But we, of course, wanted to ask her about these allegations about racist kind of stuff. Good evening, Jincy. And she said, none of that happened. She said, I heard booing after the altercation between Angel Reese and Angel Reese's mind, when Angel Reese would touch the ball. What's up, April G? When Angel Reese would touch the ball, then people would begin to boo. She said, I did not hear anything other than that. People did boo, but of course, people boo. That's what happens when you play sports. And they were very vocal about it. Then yesterday, as I said in my video, there came this thing about, I don't know the guy's name, the YouTuber who uses dolphin sounds, and that the Fever, I just found this out today, they regularly use that during their games and had been using it during their games. Dolphin sounds. Okay? And they used it like they usually do. That became a situation where on social media, it is now said that they were doing monkey sounds at Angel Reese. Please tell me why in this day of social media, I mean, maybe we're going to hear something. I don't know. I wasn't there. But as fast as stuff goes out there, we haven't heard anything for sure about this. Nobody said, yeah, I heard that. Let me tell you, I have another friend, not Caitlin, not this Caitlin I'm talking about, another friend who was at the game. She told me this. She said firsthand, she was at the game. She did a picture of herself at the game. She showed me a little video at the game, but she told me afterwards that she did hear a racist comment. Hear me. She said she was sitting next to, and this is a friend of mine. She's black. She was there with a friend, I believe was black. And she said the only racist comment she heard was from the black woman who was sitting next to her, who was wearing Fever attire. But when the situation happened, this person said, I would have beat that white girl's fill in the blank. That was the only reference she said she heard to skin color. A black person who is a Fever fan. But she said, I would have beat that white girl's, you know what? Because apparently, according to the person I know I'm talking about, she said the black woman would only root for the black Fever players. That's the only one she would root for. She wouldn't root for the other ones. So she made that comment. Other than that, she said she didn't hear anything racist at all. Now, if you make a huge scene as Angel Reese did and go after Caitlin Clark in Indiana, people are going to boo you. The WNBA is having an investigation. Hunter, thank you so much for this. I appreciate that. Therefore, whether you're eating or drinking or doing anything else, do all things for God's glory. Most of us don't. I appreciate that scripture that you use there. Appreciate your donation, of course, your support, and I believe you're right. So here's my thing with the WNBA. Let's see if I can. Let me find the WNBA's statement. I want to make sure we get the statement read. I know you've heard it before and seen it already. Okay, so the WNBA said the WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. So, Jan, I'm going to get to you in a second. I'm going to get to your comment in a second. And I appreciate that donation. First of all, we're in a time. How are we in a time where you actually have to issue a statement that you condemn racism? I mean, what year are we living in? That's obvious. That doesn't require a statement. If you're the WNBA, if you're in a professional league and you have not presented yourself in such a way that everybody already knows that, then something is wrong. That goes without saying, right? Right. So you wanted everybody to know that you're investigating. Now, some people have said that the WNBA would have done better not to say anything. If you're investigating, just go ahead and investigate. You don't have to say you're investigating, because now people are in an uproar that they created because it came from some social media stuff. Let's be honest. And you got a professional organization who said, oh, we heard something on Twitter. Let's go and let's make an investigation out of it. And now it's like other people, oh yeah, this, other, and I saw it on Twitter. I don't spend a lot of time on a cesspool, but I saw it, and they're having this whole campaign to send stuff to the WNBA. The reason why the WNBA said we're investigating it is to let us know and let the players know we're looking into it, because they're scared of the players. They didn't have to say anything. Let me get to Jan's comment. Don't agree with a lot of your content. What's not to agree with, Jan? Don't agree with a lot of your content, but you are my elder, so I want to be respectful. The media needs to fix how they cover the W and Black women in general. They come down super hard on Angel and others. Okay, Jan, I appreciate your comment. I don't know what you don't agree with. I don't tell nothing but the truth. So I'm not so sure what's not to agree with. I talk about basketball. I talk about pick and rolls. I talk about proper form when you're shooting. I talk about being respectful, not knocking people to the floor. I don't know what I say that you can't agree with. But to your other point, the media must fix how they cover the W and Black women in general. What exactly does that mean? They come down super hard on Angel and others. Well, I'm going to say why. Who are the others? And why do you think they come down hard on Angel Reese? So I'm just going to throw that out there, right? What do you want me to say? Like, if you're whether you are white and you're Diana Taurasi and you're hazing people or playing bully ball, if you know me, you know I'm going to call it out. Right? So whether you're Diana Taurasi, whether you're Angel Reese and you're missing layups or your form is wrong, or as you see me do, especially if you watch my live streams, if it's the Indiana Fever and I yell at people for missing layups, I'm going to cover you the same way. The media always has an agenda, and a lot of it has not been complimentary to Caitlin Clark either. So I don't know, but I appreciate you being here and sharing that. And you were respectful. And I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think I don't know that I agree with that either, because to me they downplay a lot of things when it comes to Black women. It gets downplayed that such that we don't hold, as, and I say we, I mean Black people, we don't often hold one another accountable. We let race dictate everything. Instead of saying what's wrong is wrong, what's right is right. Instead of saying Angel Reese got fouled, she's a basketball player. Okay, let's move on. Instead, people are putting stuff on social media and putting targets around the Black players as well as the white players in the league. Why is it the soft bigotry of low expectations? That if Kennedy Carter does what she does, then we can't say anything because she's Black. Why is that the case? I'm seeing a lot of stuff going through here, and I'm not able to look at the comments right now, but we got people like, yeah, LeBron James, and I'm no LeBron James person, okay? I'm no fan of LeBron James. You know me, you know that. And LeBron James says something positive to Caitlin Clark, and all of a sudden he's a coon and he should have died with Kobe Bryant. Other people are saying, I mean, that's what's out there. And Natasha Howard and Breonna Turner and all these people are subject to the stuff that we, be real, that Black folks can do to other Black folks who don't fit the narrative and don't fall in line. So it's not right. My thing is that people have not been able to wrap their brains around the fact that Caitlin Clark is an incredible basketball player. Thank you, Alonzo. She's a great basketball player. Nobody, Black or white, should have to apologize for being a great basketball player. So before we get to the racist stuff, so-called, is there anybody out there who believes that what Caitlin Clark did merited Angel's response? The bigotry of low expectations. I be messing things up. Yes. Thank you for that. I appreciate that so much. Like, honestly, what you saw, why are people out there saying if Caitlin had done to Angel what if Angel had done to Caitlin what Caitlin did, everybody would be upset. There's not, I mean, is this a basketball league or what? Nobody who knows basketball has a problem with someone doing that kind of foul. It's not dirty. It's not malicious. It's what you do. You don't give up the easy layup. And you want to make sure that they're not able to finish the shot if they get the shot up. So you kind of wrap them up a little bit. And Angel, let's be honest, she's the one who pushed Natasha Howard. That should have been called, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But this is, let me put this up first. Douglas says, watch the Dallas Wings game. The Mail now said people need to quit comparing pages. CC proceeds at least 3. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for that, Douglas. I just kind of want to stay in this vein. I'm here seeing a whole lot of no's. Michael says, I'm a white guy, and even I say the WNBA is giving Black people just as much a bad name as every woke idiot on X that needlessly cries racism. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Vian says, I read a comment yesterday that stated good for Leah Boston for having her massa back. She was a good house N-word, and it really got on my nerves. It was a person of color that posted that. Oh yeah. I mean, the stuff that if you're Black, first of all, I'm Black and I'm a conservative. So that's a political thing too. So I'm used to this. So whether it's politics, whether it's sports, if you don't line up to how you're supposed to do, then there's a problem. But remember, Alyssa Thomas took down Angel Reese. I did the video about that yesterday. Where was the outrage there? So first of all, Angel started it because the overreaction was ridiculous. And then later on, Caitlin Clark could have tried to stop her from scoring and did it. And that's where this stuff gets really weird, because now it's in your head and you can't play basketball without somebody having a fit. Angel's reaction was out of her frustration. She was frustrated because she was getting cooked. Obviously, other stuff is in her head about Caitlin Clark, and she went after her. Do I think she would have gone after Alyssa Thomas? Well, no, because she had opportunity before when she was horribly treated by Alyssa Thomas with the clothesline. And then she went to the post game, as I said in my video yesterday, and said, thank you, AT. Thank you for not going easy on me, AT. I don't expect anybody to treat me any different. I'm a basketball player. Nobody gives a you know what that I'm a basketball player. So yeah, thank you, AT, for coming at me. And she got, I was like, her head hit the back of the thing. She put her hands on her head. She was lying down for a while. She sat up. She was holding her back. And she went to the post game and said, thank you, AT. Caitlin Clark doesn't give up the layup, and she goes after her. Now, thank you, Zen. Appreciate that so much. I imagine that, maybe she realizes that she overreacted. Where's the statement on that? Where's the statement? Just everybody hold it down. I overreacted. This is basketball. Now, she did say in the post game it was a basketball play, but she said the referees got it right. Move on with an attitude. By then, her fans are already all over the place. And they got to play the sky 4 more times. And the agenda is continuing. The agenda was just waiting to bust out. The agenda that the Indiana Fever fans, many of whom are just mamas and single people and grandmamas and people who saved their money because they wanted to get to an Indiana Fever game. And now the WNBA is investigating allegations. I don't know how. By now we should have heard something. And I did my video today and I said, Caitlin Clark would be pressured to comment. And I said, don't be surprised if she does make a comment. And she has. And we'll get to that in a moment. Waffles says, basically, he has a problem with you speaking the truth about Black athletes. Most Blacks feel you should always side with Blacks, even when they're in the wrong. That's true. That's true. And I was planning on doing a video about this. I talked to you guys not that long ago when Adrienne went on with Agumake. I talked about the tribalism, and it is true. Even her coach said, how many times did he say in the press conference, we have Angels back? And I get it. I get supporting your players. Listen, I coach high school people. I support my players. I'm going to support you. I'm going to stand with you as a teacher. I'm going to support you. I'm going to stand with you. But I don't support wrong. And Angel's reaction was wrong. It was the heat of the moment. Okay, maybe it was the heat of the moment, whatever. But I would love to hear her say something about that. Waffles, thank you so much. Thank you for that. I would love to hear her say something. Apparently, a report says she had no comment. What's up, Martha? Holly says CC won't be guarding Angel tough again. And that's the thing. Like, this is ridiculous. Is this professional basketball or not? Like, for real. Tune in, drop out. Social media has been given far too much power with regard to driving the conversation. WNBA should be taking a wait-and-see attitude with regard to controversial issues instead of feeding into the drama. But the WNBA right here, it's not about the investigation. Because what are you going to do? Calling everybody who came to the game, 17,000, how much was it? 17,400 something or whatever. You're going to call them in and ask if they heard anything? Is that what you're going to do? I'm not sure what that looks like. And I don't understand where is this investigation going to be in terms of Indiana Fever, Black and white players, because this should not be about color, period. Concerning this team is getting lambasted. This team is constantly getting, having people throw accusations and racist stuff and targets and all this stuff. And the league is not saying anything. The understood thing is that Indiana Fever fans are the racist people. And you had Montgomery doing that mess with They Not Like Us. You had Alyssa Thomas doing that mess with I've never been treated so bad in all my life as Indiana. And this is mostly from social media, because if it is in-house, then certainly you say something about it and they need to get the boot. But the WNBA wants to say, oh, look at us. We're gonna jump in and we're gonna do something about this. So instead of doing an investigation, you have to make a statement. Why? Because you got to let the people know we're on this. Because if not, they're going to come after us, and we don't want them to come after us. So we got to let you know we're on it. We're getting something done. And so then after that, what do you have? Then you've got Chicago Sky makes a statement, the Indiana Fever makes a statement, and Caitlin Clark makes a statement. So there's that too. So what did Caitlin say? Let me read this to you in case you did not know. Let's see. Well, before I do Caitlin, let's talk about Breonna Turner. She put up a tweet, and I covered that in the video today. In addition to that tweet, she said, a lot of times people approach this like, oh, it was only one person, but one person is too many. If one person says something, I think it's worth an investigation. If they find nothing, they find nothing. But if someone thinks they heard something or said something, I think it's warranted to investigate. I'm so confused. Said what? Nobody's come forward with anything about somebody saying what? The sound was supposedly the dolphin noise they make all the time. And so you're going to have an investigation, even if it was one person, it's worth it. It's the narrative. If you haven't figured it out yet, it's the narrative. And the league should know better than to feed into this, as far as I'm concerned. You're trying to grow your league. The way to grow your league is not to say we're investigating and bring all this stuff up in your first weekend. Let me find Breonna Turner's tweets. So she said, I am in full support of the league investigating potential bigoted behavior directed at players. If she said, if something is found, I hope the appropriate actions are taken. If nothing is found, I still believe it's better safe than sorry when it comes to player safety / welfare at arenas. Well, here's what I want to hear, honestly, as a Fever fan. And I know I'm not alone. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of your comments. I want to hear this as an Indiana Fever fan. I want to hear, we know that our fans, we don't know any about a random thing that was on social media, but we know that our fans are the greatest fans in the world. For those who are new to this team, they need to be saying, because that's what they told us. That was part of the reason why they came to Indiana, because the fan base was so incredible. Fans are going to want to hear that you realize that this is not the fan base. There's no evidence of this whatsoever. That you actually endanger your players. You think you're doing good? You actually, as a WNBA, you endanger your players when you ride with the narrative without any evidence at all. I could see if maybe somebody says something, you deal with that person, but there's no evidence of that. And by now, wouldn't we have heard it? So back to what Caitlin said. Let me get to what Caitlin said. This article at Indy Star says, there's no place for that in our game. There's no place for that in society. We want every person that comes into our arena, whether player, whether fan. What was that noise? Sorry. Whether player, whether fan, to have a great experience. I appreciate the league doing that, meaning the investigation. I appreciate the FIBA organization has been at the forefront of that since day one and what they're doing. With the investigation, we'll leave that up to them to find anything and take the proper action if so. So when asked, glad somebody asked, because the media don't like to ask because that would hurt the agenda. But when asked, Clark said she specifically did not hear any hateful comments, but with the sold out crowd in the building, she couldn't hear much from the fans. And this is what she said. It's super loud in there. And though I didn't hear anything, I think that's why they're doing the investigation. That's why they're looking into it. That doesn't mean nothing happened. So I'll just trust the league's investigation, and I'm sure they'll do the right thing. So she acknowledges that she heard nothing, but she says doesn't mean anything because it's super loud in there. So it's super loud. She can't hear it, but apparently somebody else heard it. Waffles and cocaine. When she thanked AT, that was her way of taking a shot at Caitlin Clark for speaking out about all the uncalled fouls. Yeah, she wanted to be the dog. She wanted to be the dog. I got to scroll through, and if you do a super chat or something, it does stand out. So I want to acknowledge that. Gerald says, Adrienne, can we find a balance between culture, drama, and basketball? The balance is not on me to find. The balance is on this league, right? We are definitely, listen, I'd rather not be talking about this, like I said in my video today. And we're not going to spend our whole time this season talking about it. But my point is, it's going to be, the Indiana Fever is a threat. Make no mistake about it. Caitlin Clark's presence is a threat. I already told you guys at the end of last season, they would rather us not be here, right? Renee Montgomery told us that last time. But we're here. And so I got to be like Rachel Demita. Like, you kind of got to find that balance, Gerald. You got to kind of find, like, how do I cover the sport? This league makes it difficult to make it just about basketball. Most people are here for basketball. The people that I gotten to meet through having being a part of this channel and stuff, I mean, they're just good people who just love basketball. And some of them have never watched basketball, never paid attention to basketball. Some, like myself, had, years ago watched the WNBA, and you came back because Caitlin Clark brought you back. You would think that would be embraced, but instead people want you to go away because the more eyeballs watching, the more it is obvious what behavior is, and the accountability comes in. Are there some people out there who are absolutely nasty when it comes to some people and some of these players? Yeah, absolutely so. But we cannot mistake criticism. If somebody's missing layups, whether it's Aaliyah Boston, whether it's Angel Reese, whether it's Courtney Williams, whether it's Nafisa Carr, whoever it is, if someone's game is I mean, you're a professional athlete. You should want us to be talking about you. You should be concerned when we stop talking about you. But, I mean, many of us came back and we're here, we're excited. And it's like, oh my goodness, this is about basketball. Let's roll, let's do it. But the people out there don't want to make it about that. This is a race war for many people, a culture war. And this is what I said, I have been saying. Many of the people who make these comments don't care about Angel Reese per se. They see Angel Reese as their opportunity to get the white girl or her fans. That's how some people view this. It's not about caring about Angel. It's about putting the Rookie of the Year race for some, when it was clear that Caitlin Clark is the runaway, Rookie of the Year. A lot of that wasn't about, well, we really believe Angel Reese. Now, some people are watching and they somehow think that Angel Reese is an incredibly gifted basketball player. I don't see it. Some people, I guess, see that. I don't know how, but as opposed to being fair, I see she's a good rebounder. Rebounding is important. Every coach who's ever coached the game, you're yelling constantly from the sidelines, box out, rebound the basketball. I get that. But to say that she belonged in the same sentence with Caitlin Clark, no. And some people knew it, but no, you got to go for Angel Reese. And they have created this whole drama that in some ways seems to be good for the WNBA, and because more people are tuned in. But I don't know that you can build a league on such toxicity, because eventually I think it's going to fall. It's going to, there are so many good people who said, I can't do it. This is exhausting. I don't want to watch this anymore. And who are they going to be left with? They're going to be left with people who get on social media. They never come to games. They don't buy merchandise. They don't really support the league. They're just about the drama. Is that what the WNBA wants? To drive away the people who are here for the game and to support the players and who want to give it a chance and who are coming to games, who are watching on television, who are buying merchandise? Do you want to sacrifice those people to cater to people who sit at home and do this all day? And meanwhile, you got apologies from the WNBA and you got apology, all these statements about if. It's wild. I'm scrolling down. So Nunn said Angel and Cece will be playing together at some point in the future. They need to get along. And I got to address that because it's not a they thing. All the media are talking about, the rivalry is kicking in. They got such a history. They don't have such a history. The history they have is Angel Reese chasing Caitlin Clark around doing like this. Caitlin Clark let me step into my black jargon, Southern black jargon. Caitlin ain't studying Angel. She ain't studying. Y'all know, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking. She ain't studying Angel. Caitlin Clark is probably like, what do you mean a right? This is fabricated. This is her thing. This has nothing to do with me. I'm here to play basketball. If Caitlin Clark were overly concerned before that whole whatever kerfluffle, she would have stayed away. Some people think she pushed her because of the Natasha Howard thing. I saw Caitlin move her hand. I do see a left hand there on the different angle. I'm not so sure if it's a push. It's hard to tell. But either way, it wasn't malicious. But if Caitlin was all caught up in Angel Reese, she probably would have been like, well, I don't want to feed it. Let me not go foul her, like ended up happening later. But Caitlin is out there to play basketball. She just wants to play basketball. It's not about, there's some rivalry. I better be careful. I better not do this. I better not do that. It's Angel Reese. And there you go. She just wants to play basketball. Basketball players see you. It's a take foul. You're going to have to earn it at the line, period. There's no rivalry because Caitlin isn't participating. Some people think Angel did it on purpose for the viral moment. I don't know. John Garner, who became a member, he said, I have a confession to make. What are you doing? Sorry, my cat's making noise. What are you doing? I have a confession to make. I'm a 58-year-old. I'm obviously white, and I've never watched the NBA game. One day I watched Caitlin drop a three-pointer, and I was hooked. Glad to be here. I'm glad you're here too. And hang out with. It's not gonna always be, at least on my channel, it's not gonna always be drama. So I didn't even want to have to do this, but I figure we're gonna get this out. People express themselves, and we got to make a decision that we're going to enjoy. We're not going to allow other people to keep us from enjoying. I had to do that today. I started out this morning like, my stomach is churning. What is going on? We just want to play basketball. It's going to be fun. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for that donation. So much. Let me scroll on through here. You guys are chopping it up. Let's see. Okay, somebody said, I thought Turner's comment was good. Well, there was a whole lot of ifs and potentials in her comment. Better to say nothing as far as I'm concerned. But that's not what she's going to do. That's not what Breonna Turner, I think better to say nothing. I mean, until, and the league would have been better served to say nothing, especially when it's from social media. What kind of where's the statement about my teammates? That's the statement I want to hear Breonna Turner make. And I'm not trying to dog Breonna Turner. She's in the Indiana Fever jersey. I'm rooting for her to be successful, etc. But at the same time, where is the comment? How come we don't hear no comments supporting the Indiana Fever? How come? That's a valid question. You don't hear it from the WNBA. You don't hear it from the teammates. Where is the comment that says, I believe the best in our fans? I've been playing for this team. I believe the best in our fans. I was in the arena. Caitlin said, I was there and it's loud. I didn't hear anything. But she added, but it doesn't mean it wasn't said, which is true. How about we add to that? It also doesn't mean that something was said. They're constantly erring on the side of Indiana being a dangerous place to be. And it is the narrative. It is absolutely contrived. It is purposeful. This is not about people who really, this is not well-meaning stuff for many of these people. Now, some people go along and they pick it up and they run with it. And they're like, my goodness, if they're doing racist things, then we've got to do something. But a lot of these people know this mess is nonsense. And it's nonsense until it's not. Until we hear anything, which I imagine we would have heard by now. Here's the question. If they don't find anything, are they going to come back and say, we've investigated and we found nothing? I don't know, because then they're going to tick off the players who are going to say, are you saying that just because you didn't find anything in your limited investigation that it didn't exist, are you absolutely going to tread on our feelings and our emotions and what our fans know that they heard or people know that they heard or whatever? Anyway, Renee, the commissioner, posted and restarted the rivalry again. This is all on her. Yes, after it was on Angel, then it was on her. But she's doing that to appeal to the players who want her to do something. Remember, this is a year they're about to be doing investigations. I mean, they're about to do negotiations. They're trying to make more money, and yet they're running people away. Yet they're denigrating a whole fan base. And like I said, if your behind said something you had no business saying and treated somebody in a way that you shouldn't be treating them, then you get the boot, right? I get it. I get that. But is there proof of this? Over 24 hours later and nothing? But everybody's thinking those Indiana Fever fans. Those Indiana Fever fans, we told you. So what happens next? Next time, somebody else could say, oh, we got allegations again. The next time Indiana Fever wins by 35 and Caitlin has a triple-double and DeWanna Bonner goes third, makes some kind of great accomplishment. Then there'll be another accusation. And then we got to do another event. You're going to keep announcing investigations? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Mark, thank you so much. $7.99. Could be a false flag. WNBA commissioner wants to show they are tough to support their No Space for Hate platform. Yeah. Yep. I guess so. So, first of all, I don't even know what that is. What is the No Space for Hate? You can't, if you hear it, if you gotta if you see something, say something, that whole thing. If you see something, say something. Okay, so if you see something, say something and get the person booted out. This stuff after a game and you throw that out there, no space for hate. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know how you police that. And if you are policing that, then you are horrible at your job because there's so much hate right now going towards the Indiana Fever, going towards the Black players of the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. So where there's no space for hate for anybody except the Fever. And how do you police that in fans? Please, somebody tell me, how do we police that in the world? Caitlin made the comment that I think the WNBA made about there's no place for this in society. Unfortunately, it is in society. How are you gonna police that? Please tell us. Tell us how you're going to do that. Especially when you're taking your information from social media. How are you going to do it? I really want to hear how that is done. To me, not to get political, because it really isn't political, but to me, It's like the gun-free zone. This is a gun-free zone. Well, criminals don't follow gun-free zone signs. Hey, oh, I'm a criminal. I'm about to come in here and do stuff. Let me go back because there's the sign. I mean, criminals don't follow gun-free zone. The only thing that does is limit law-abiding people who believe in the Second Amendment. That's the only people who are going to follow the rules. Criminals don't follow the rules. So people who are hateful, you're no space for hate platform. How do you see that out? But again, if you hear something, say something. So far, I don't see any evidence of it. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Really interesting time. So the WNBA said what the WNBA said. Chicago Sky said what the Chicago Sky said. Fever said what the Fever said. Breonna Turner said what she said. And Caitlin Clark said what she said. And again, none of what they said should have had to be said, because you shouldn't have to tell us at this point that you don't condone hatred. That should be obvious. PJR, thank you so much. Like, to me, it's just obvious. All you're doing is virtue signaling. You saying we don't tolerate it. You already told us before that you don't tolerate it, right? Like, I don't need you. Like, it's like somebody coming up to me like, guess what? I'm not. Nobody comes up to someone and says, hi, my name is Jonathan and I'm not a racist. Hi, my name is Jonathan and I don't approve of people abusing their family. Hi, my name is Jonathan and I think I'm a person who thinks you shouldn't kick your dog. I mean, some things are just givens, right? So I don't know. It's just sad that we're here, and no other league does this take place. Thank you, Rex. Appreciate you. This doesn't happen like anywhere. And the whole thing with Angel and racist comments, like, is she the first Black person who's ever been in the league? I mean, we're treating this like she's like people are Jackie Robinson or something. Maybe that should have been the No Space for Hate campaign. So these people never really talk about the game of basketball, aren't real hoop fans. How could they be racist? And a majority of the players in the league are Black. LOL. And that's what I mean too. Like, when we talk about this, like, I mean, yeah, the same thing. We start talking about privilege. I'm like, most of the players in the league are Black players, and people haven't been watching them because they're unimpressed. Caitlin Clark brings a band of basketball that a lot of people want to see. Now, I have said this before, and I'm not going to lie, I still believe it. There were people who tuned in to watch Caitlin originally because she was white. I don't doubt that at all, because she doesn't fit that stereotype, that stereotype. But ain't nobody continuing to watch if she can't ball. For real. I mean, she brought the goods. So they might have said, oh man, white girl can ball. And they stayed around. Nobody's staying around. There's too much to do in this world. Too much to do today, especially, right? But people just want to be able to cheer for, like, as a Black person, I just want to cheer for whoever I want to cheer for. I don't want to hear, well, she's Black, so you got to cheer for her. Well, when she stinks, she stinks. I'm not talking about Angel. I'm just saying in general, if they don't play a brand of basketball that I want to see, and I'm not gonna watch. I'm Black. Let me watch this TV show. Oh, he's on. Let me watch. But a lot of people live that way, and wrong is wrong, no matter if it's Blacks, white, whatever. It's just the drama is just unreal. Okay. Is it I Care Too? 73 Black female players checked the audio. No one heard those words. So how did the Chicago coach was right there? He should have heard it. Yes. Tina, I just got a notification. Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Tina Phillips. Thank you. Yeah. They just want to let them know. I think they want to let them know, we see you, we hear you. We're looking into it. I don't know what that investigation looks like. Caitlin's mindset is, I'm sure they'll do the right thing. She always has some, a lot of times she doesn't say anything because she's got that kind of wisdom. And a lot of times when she does, she's just going to say, and she kind of looked like, right. I mean, no, what else am I going to say? Of course I don't agree with it, and I just say, I trust them to figure it all out. But she did say she agreed with the investigation. So, whatever. Okay. None of your business. Member for 1 month. I'm so glad you are. So I just read that in WNBA history, 20-point, 10 assist games, DT 9, CC 9. She just started. Vandersloot has 10. CC will have that beat soon. Oh, hoop talk. Okay, there it is. That is amazing. It is amazing, for real. That was what Cynthia Cooper said the other day. She was just like, the girl did so much. She's amazing. She's a beast, and she did it as a rookie. So good. Okay, so we're going to get past a lot of this stuff. Thank you, JT, for the super sticker. Yes, the being accosted by the media. There's a lot of false narratives out there. But here's the thing, and I say this, like, I gotta deal with some of this, but we're not going to spend our whole time on this stuff. I hope it blows over, and let it be about sports, let it about basketball, about competition. I think we all, in some regards, like, oh goodness, somebody better hit the somebody else better come in, because we got 666 in the chat. So 666 in the chat. Somebody. But no, for real. If we think that our responses are wrong to things, then we have to check our hearts. I'm going to say what I said earlier today in my video. I want to love God and love people. And that means all kinds of people. It doesn't mean that I got to agree with everything you do. Somebody came on and said, I don't agree with everything you say, right? So I don't have to agree with everything. I don't have to pretend a professional basketball player can't be critiqued or anything like that. And if you're a star, if you're a draw, let's be honest, you're going to get more attention than other people. So a lot of people are like, oh, only person you criticize is Angel Reese. Well, honestly speaking, I believe I'm fair, number one. But number two, I'm not. Angel Reese has told us it's about her too. Okay. And so she has a certain draw, just as Caitlin Clark has a certain draw. Nobody's going to be making a lot of videos critiquing, I don't know, name somebody, Stephanie Dolson, right? That's just not going to happen. It comes with the territory. So when you say Me Too, when you say people are watching because of Me Too, then we are watching you and we're going to critique you. That's not what I mean by hate. That's not hate. If we boo you in a game, when I coach, like I said, I would practice with my players. They're shooting and we make noise around us because you want to simulate how it is. Stephanie White says you can boo, but you don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be disgusting. You don't have to try to, that is where you got to search your heart about that. But this is sports and it's competition. Everybody's made it this whole cultural issue, and that's how much Caitlin Clark has this league shook up. They don't know the league doesn't know how to handle it either. Having said that, I did a video a few weeks ago about the survival guide, how to survive. Well, April, you can think that you're wrong. I did a video about how to survive the 2025 WNBA season, right? But I said the bottom line is that what you're going to find, one of the things you should watch it. Some people already said they've already rewatched it. What you're going to find is that people are going to be in the comments who are fans of certain people, certain teams, and they're going to, if you're not careful, you're going to start turning on one another. And that's not what you want to do, because that's part of the agenda. Part of the agenda is to get you to infight. So you make up your mind. I'll try to find the balance and do all that. So, but we're gonna keep calling it. We're gonna call a spade a spade. I will not be bullied. Right? I'm not going to be bullied by anybody who says, oh, I think you're unfair because you point out the Me Too person, her form, she crossed her arm and her form is wrong. Oh my goodness. You are so unfair. You're so evil. You're so mean. Grow up. Get a backbone. This is basketball. Like, for real. Be treated. Stop the bigotry of low expectations. If I'm one of the things about me, I think that's different. and I think about great basketball players, and I think this is true of Angel too. I know some people disagree, but I've heard Lisa Leslie, I've heard other people say she does want to get better. So I'm going to think this is true about her, and it should be. People who want to be good in their craft, they want to be critiqued. That's me. Like, what do I do to be better? Where do you see my form off? Where do you see? That's just me. That's called maturity and wanting to be better, right? But if you're super sensitive, you'll never ask that question. One of the things I did say about Angel Reese when she had Lisa Leslie on her show, she said to Lisa Leslie, what do I need to work on to be better in the next season? Lisa Leslie said, we got to work on those layups, and they're fixable. And I've said repeatedly, and I'll say it for the people who can't hear me in the back. Angel didn't even have to put that in the video. She could have edited that out because it's kind of embarrassing, but she did it. And I think that speaks volumes. So her quote unquote fan base who expects people to tippy-toe around certain things. I'm not talking about being ugly and nasty and stuff like that and making it personal. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we've got to be able to critique games. That's what we do. And if you're super sensitive about it, you probably don't want to hang out in my channel. And if you are hanging out in my channel and yet you're constantly complaining that I'm not fair, what does that say about you? Because I would think that you would go somewhere else. There are lots of people who are never going to say a negative thing about Angel Reese's game, ever. I'm sure you'd be welcome there. But if you are coming here constantly and saying that I'm unfair, I'm mean, I'm this, I'm that, then you're either a hypocrite or you are a glutton for punishment. But what you're not going to do is come here and tell me how to cover things on this channel. That's the point. Okay, so LA says, I just wish YouTubers and commentators supported the game of basketball and not just one player. That's where the drama comes in because they disown other great players. And I think I hear what you're saying, but this is what I've noticed. I've noticed that people came, we saw it in the comments already, people came who maybe didn't support other players. But in the process of liking Caitlin or liking Angel or whomever, Paige maybe, I can't even tell you the times people have said, I have begun to like other players. I have begun to watch other games. I even had people say, I'm hooked. I'm totally hooked to this WNBA thing. And that's why how you present yourself makes sense. That's why when I say things like, you can't have Brittany Sykes or Kiki throwing people on the floor because you have more eyeballs now. And so now people make comments about the whole league. And honestly, it's not most of the people there. We can go on. I can say right now in this chat, start naming players who are incredible players, who seem to be likable people, who play good basketball. And we might not like, there's a lot of stuff in this league that sometimes I'm like, okay, you got to make a jump shot. You got to make a layup. So we can argue about whether it's good basketball or not. But there are lots of players we can start saying, yeah, I really like watching her. I really like her. She's likable. She's, I like Courtney Williams. I like Nafisa Collier. I like, we could go on and on down the list of players. Some people like Kelsey Plum. Some people like, Asia Wilson. Some people, I don't find her likable, but some people like Asia Wilson. I mean, there are players that you can name and say, I'd like to get to know about. But what we're running them away. And I think people don't have time. This life has got so much going on. People got so many things to go on. They don't want to come and fight a battle when they're supposed to be watching basketball. But the thing, LA, that I think is important is that takes time, and we cannot demand that they like other players. And I think that's where some of the friction comes in, because people, the more you try to make somebody like somebody, the more they pull away. And that's in relationships too, right? You're in a relationship. One person is like me, see me, notice me, spend more time with me. I don't understand. And then the more you grab onto them, the more they pull back. So you pull harder, so they pull back. You cannot demand the respect This league needs to be a league that causes people to respect the league, and it's lacking that. And some of that is this: a whole fan base being denigrated. This first weekend where you just wanted to be excited about what happened, but it said the takeaway is somebody made monkey noises. It's exhausting. And it keeps that goal that you talk about, LA, from happening. So, and it doesn't help. Like the Kennedy Carter didn't help. The body check didn't help. Diamond to Shields didn't help. Some of those things don't help because for some, it's the first impression. And you don't, that cliche, you don't get a second chance at a first impression. It's just truthful. David Hale, Adrienne, you're a voice of reason. Thank you. I try to be. In spite of being called unfair by a few. Most people realize that I'm fair. Except I call them drive-bys sometimes. But let me continue. Frank S. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate you so much. All right. So I wanted to come on. It's going to be fine. It's going to be, the point is, I don't know how a lot of you, I don't know how you go through all those comments on X and stuff. How do you do it? It's so, all right, hold up. I told you we got a tornado watch, so I'm got the TV. And they have stepped in on the regularly scheduled. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. It is a cesspool. It's so, that's why I was just reading some comments and I'm like, this morning, and that was when I went, my members only, I just said, I just feel my stomach is churning. Like it just hurts. Like I was like, I just want to watch basketball and cheer for people. Like I don't want to be doing all this stuff. And it can be so exhausting. I don't know how some of you do it. Really don't. Kara is the gifter around here. The gifter. Okay. So I appreciate you, Kara, always. All right. But yeah, we have to make a decision. You don't do it till we have to make a decision. I've been worried about you and the weather. Yeah, it's they said something. We just had about a couple hours from here, we had my area is about 12 something midnight. I'm in Central Time, that there's some kind of some danger or whatever. But yeah, it's been rough. So thank you for those who've checked on me and stuff. It's been a season like, it's been wild. It's been wild. And I told you we had two of my friends from church, their cousin passed away on Friday in the storms not far from here. And he was found in his cousin who goes to my church, found him in a field. So it's been really, really difficult. The race concrete Rose, thank you so much. The race card, yeah, well, that was started even before. And then you know what? I'm going to use this as an example. Even the use of the word thug, a lot of times, people say, well, that's a racist term. But I've heard people say it before, like that we shouldn't be trying, as Black people, we shouldn't try to own. What is that? What is that? I don't. A bug flew on me. I thought I heard like a wasp or something. Okay, we disagree. I'm looking at somebody. Dorothy, don't call me that. Don't call me that. Yeah, yes. We're gonna stay safe. It's they're showing right now where a local man was recognized for heroic efforts in saving people. Don't want the Missouri, but I knew, I heard that wasn't a wasp though, but I looked like earlier today, I was like, I hear a wasp. I don't do critters well. I don't, so I get a little bit real weird. So yeah, thank you for the prayers. It's so needed. It's just been really weird. And I'm from New York, so I'm not used to this stuff in the Midwest. What did somebody say about blocking? I saw somebody comment. Caitlin gets the most love. What? Somebody said something about blocking, but I missed. Oh, Thug. I was talking about Thug. That Thug bug got me. The Thug, we shouldn't be owning that word. That doesn't apply to any particular skin color, right? It applies to behavior. So, Lindy, I don't know who you blocked. Oh, I can guess. Yes, it doesn't equal black. And that's we shouldn't own that at all. So Ashley, welcome. Ashley Simon. Appreciate you. So tomorrow, I'm in the Midwest, Michelle, Missouri. Yes. Goodness gracious. We're Mellow Yellow. We're just talking. We're just talking about all the drama that's going on. And we're about to just kind of veer away from all that. This week we've got games coming up. Obviously, let me just go into WNBA.com. And we had today Seattle beat the Wings 79-71. Now tomorrow, May 20th, we've got the Aces versus Connecticut Sun. Neither team has won a game. So they only have one game, and neither team has won a game. And then I thought the Aces won a game, but I guess not. And so then we've got the Atlanta Dream playing at Indiana. And so I'm hoping to be going live for that, and we're going to have a good time. We are coming off of the Fever's first win, and there was a lot. They did well, but there was a lot. They missed so many free throws and layups and stuff, but y'all ready to have a good time? Are you in it? I'm going to encourage you. Thank you, Victor. I'm going to encourage you to hang in there. I know some people last year said, I'm out of here. Don't go nowhere. I don't see her. Okay. So on this, you can actually block a person so that you don't see their comments. Is that how it works? Basil, I had caught a glimpse of what you were saying about Stephanie White. I didn't, but I missed it all. It went flying by. Well, you disagree with her statement, I think. You can report or block, but they're still in the chat, right? Because I think only a moderator could get rid of them, right? I think one of the things Ida says, I'll try. My heart aches. I know exactly. And that, you know what, people like you, Ida, is what makes my stomach churn a little bit, because there's so many good people, but they're being called horrible names. And that's, being accused of things. And you're just, it's like, it is kind of like, ooh, my Liberty spanked the Aces. Oh yeah, that's right. The Liberty's looking good. You won't see her unless you oh, okay. Chat is lying. I said what she said was wrong. Americans have a God-given right to be jerks, and it's protected. Well, that's true. I think that's true. It's better when we're not. But here's the thing. Today we don't even know what jerks are. If you criticize somebody in sports, then you're considered a jerk. And I think that's the thing. There's a line. And right now, everything is, if you say something negative, it's because you don't like this kind of person, that kind of person. And some of it is just like, this is basketball. So Oh, Blanca, I haven't. I don't. I haven't been following it, but from what I heard, it is. Yeah, some people were talking about. I haven't been following it, but from what I hear, I honestly, I justice, please. So, great question. Okay, I didn't even know you could block like that. But yeah, let's have fun. Let's enjoy the game, and root for who you want to root for. We just, this is fun. We've been waiting for this. Yep, Dave, it's true. We can't say Boston was out of shape as we can last year without being haters and racist, which I assume equals jerk. Well, she did. I mean, but that's the difference between her and others, and that is that she shut down her social media. She didn't like what she said, what people were saying, and she shut it down. Because some people can be hurtful, and because we're living in the social media age, if you don't turn off the social media and you suck it in all day, that stuff starts to get to you. And I can say that too, guys. Let me tell you, there have been times, and maybe you're one of the ones in here. There have been times when I have had to go in comments and I had to say, I'm sorry, because people are like coming at you all the time. I can't tell you the names I've been called, the this, the that. And sometimes you end up jumping at somebody because you misread it. And so I was like, you got to take a step back because it gets to you. It can get to you. So these players are humans as well. That's why they need discipline. They need discipline. Shut it off. I didn't say anything to Boston last year, Dave says, but I did drag her for that horrible slow start last year. Well, I hadn't watched the year before. I was wondering too how she was rookie of the year and how she was the first pick. I didn't get it, but she had a good game. I said she wasn't going to come in here out of shape this season. Some people try to make it seem like she was out of shape. I told y'all she wasn't out of shape. But yeah. So anyway, CC will be paying AB's fine. I hope they review that. I don't understand how Aaliyah Boston got a technical there. All she did was step in. She didn't even know she got a technical. That was hilarious. And so CC was like, well, thank you for having, Wait a minute, what did he say? I'm really unlikely to block you. I'm still here. They offset each other. But she got a tech. They both got techs, but they offset each other, so there was no shot for their techs. But I do think the fine would still remain, would it not? So you get the tech. They both got a tech, so they offset each other, but they got technicals. Her reaction was hilarious. I kind of feel like Aaliyah Boston is like, she's one of those people who's just kind of up in the clouds, All right. Anyway, guys, that's about it. I just wanted to come on and kind of let everybody get it out, kind of breathe it out, and tell you once again what I think, and that is that I think the WNBA has handled it wrong, and I hope we can move on. And I'd like to see somebody come and defend this team, including members of the team. And now I say, I'll try to keep it balanced, but I can't not cover some of this stuff. But I still say we need to have some fun. Oh, Just Jules is X the account that needs to be reported. You mean for my stuff? Yeah. By the way, again, if you're talking about TikTok, I don't know if you're talking about what I put, but I put at the beginning of my video earlier. Somebody again is impersonating me on TikTok, and they have me blocked. So if I go to the page, it says there is no content. But somebody else sent me screenshots. And the reason why they blocked me is so that I won't see that they're impersonating me. And some of these people are making money because I get people who come to me and say, I watch you on TikTok. And I'm like, you're not watching me on TikTok, but they take all of my work and it says the Adrienne Ross Show, and it has it has the whole profile thing, and it's not me at all. I created a TikTok account called The Real Adrienne Ross Show like a few months ago because I wanted to prove that it was those weren't me. But this person, the Adrienne Ross Show, has me blocked, so I can't see anything, and I can't even message the person. So if you go and you, and this is not the first time, but I'm going to deal with it. I'm willing to deal with it because this is, you're not supposed to be able to impersonate somebody. You're stealing their name, their image, their likeness, and you're misleading people and taking. Now I have a couple people who have fan accounts, and I went after one of them months ago, and the person said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't even," but it didn't say it was a fan account. It acted like it was me, but the person didn't know any better, and they were like, "No, I'm just a fan of your work, and I was just resharing." And so she ended up changing it, and it says a fan account. That I don't mind because you're at least giving credit, but there's somebody out there who's actually pretending that it's me. What's the name? It says the Adrienne Ross Show. Let me click it here. Yep, it is. Let me find the link for it. I'm going to find the link for it. Let me find the link so you can report it. I've tried to report it. I'm not getting any feedback on it. But let me see if I can get the link. And then you can go check it out yourself. And you can leave comments and say, that's not her. Because they have me blocked. I can't do nothing. I can't do anything. And I guess they figured I would never find out. So here's the link. Hopefully YouTube lets me put the link in. I'd like to hear your thoughts on my super ad. Okay, so this is it. That's the link. Let me back up and see if I did miss it. Super chat. Somebody said, I'd like to see your thoughts on my super chat, but things are moving fast. I might have missed it. Did I miss something? But yeah, please, that link should be clickable. If I miss somebody's super chat or something, please forgive me. I didn't mean to. But it goes by so fast. It happens sometimes. So forgive me. And I'm scrolling and I don't see where I missed anything. Maybe that's it. Is it Concrete Road? Oh no, I did that. Was the last one. Big Smoke. Was it you, Big Smoke? Big Smoke said, I've been thinking about this all day. What do you think about the idea some may want to keep this narrative going to damage CC's chances for MVP? I think that some people will do any and everything. And I also think that it's possible that this league could be bombarded with these accusations because the WNBA has set a precedent that now they're going to investigate all of it, and make this announcement about it. Chances for MVP, I think she's with the media voting anyway. I think I'm hoping that if she's MVP worthy, she has such a season that you can't help but she can't help but get what's due her if she earns it, of course. All right. So yeah, so that TikTok, I don't know what you see there. I can't see anything. Did they put something else from today up there? I don't know. They got me blocked. Okay. So everybody, I think we could end it right here. Somebody else Kara. I gotta find that. I can see it, but I can't find it. Kara said, please play that TikTok warning at the beginning of every one of your vids for a while. Thank you. Yes, there's a TikTok warning I put at the beginning. I missed it. I can't find it to put it up, but I see it. Kara said for me to play that TikTok warning. What I'm thinking about doing, which is kind of like, there it is, kind of going to be aggressive, and I don't want to do it, but one of the things I would do, I'm going to end up like putting something in front of my here for a while, probably, that says something about, I don't have a TikTok. If you're watching this on TikTok, this is not my account. It's an impersonator. And it's going to be annoying for a while because it's probably going to be here. I don't know when I'm going to start doing that. But if I don't get this thing checked out, then I am going to do that because they won't be able to play it, as far as I know, without that being right there. and I have to put it in a place where they can't like just cover it with something, because people shouldn't be stealing other people's hard work. You got watermark your videos. Okay, somebody was telling me that before. I don't even know what that is. I don't know how to do it. I mean, I know it. I don't know how to do it. I gotta look into it. But it's just not right. You guys know, like I'm so big on making sure the links are in the, I try to say it, but even if I don't say where I'm finding, even if it's like some random person on X, like it's just what you do. And I guess that's my background as a writer, as an English teacher, as a journalist, in journalism. It's just the right thing to do. Rare is the time I don't. Screenshot it on your community page. April, you keep trying to tell me about the community page, and I still can't figure that out. April G, what am I doing? But yeah, I'm gonna keep that at the beginning for a while. I'll get it figured out. But yeah, if somebody goes over there, send me an email and tell me if they put up. The last thing up is what I did yesterday. Today, got the red shirt on. Are they still putting stuff up, or what? I did get a couple things taken down before. So why y'all fighting in here? Y'all fighting in here. Okay, so anyway, we are going to rock and roll on with the season. Say what I had to say. Wanted to hear what you had to say. Couldn't get to everybody. That's okay. You telling everyone your show description. There's a video of you telling everyone your show description. At that link, Michelle? At that link, is there still a whole bunch of stuff on there? Because the one I see is just full of my stuff. I hate that I can't see it. These people are slick. That's what somebody told me. They'll check and see if you have see if you have one and you're posting videos. And if you're not, then they take it. Then they try to take it over. Hi, Coco. I think when you watermark, you'll be verified, and it costs, I believe, $3 extra every month. $3 extra. Extra to what? Oh, extra to verify? Verify on TikTok? I don't even have a TikTok. I don't do anything on TikTok. Oh, Kara says I could create a fake account on TikTok to see it. See how much I don't like TikTok. So you see, I don't know what I'm talking about. You love hearing me say dog. I can't stand that expression. I'm a dog. All right. You do not have to pay for a watermark. Okay, I gotta check. So where does the watermark go? Where does it go? Does it go over your? It just goes over your body or something? Freedom says they censored my comments. I don't like TikTok because exactly. I don't Basil. Exactly. I don't like TikTok because I don't trust it. That's how they're getting all of our data and stuff like that. I'm being funny, but start using a Muppet. Then they can't copy you. All right. Good night, Retro. Good night, everyone. You guys send me a text if you see something. Tornado watch now. Yeah, we got to watch too, but they're talking more like after midnight for us into tomorrow. So it might be a long night for me, but I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, everybody. Thank you for hanging with me. I appreciate you. If not hit the like button, please do. Make sure you check out all the videos. We're going to be rocking and rolling throughout. And if you're a member of the channel, make sure to check for open threads in the morning. And yeah, I appreciate you all, even when we don't agree, for the most part. All right. God bless you abundantly. Have a good night.